Let's do some product analysis. So I'm going to be looking at screenshots of Amazon products, and I will be letting you know if this is a market that you should be going in, what red flags are there, and why I told my students not to do these products. And if you are in my private label club or in my Amazon course, then you have access to me and the product research validator, where you send in your products and a series of questions about them, and I validate them for you. And this is exactly what I do for my students, and these are actual exact products that they sent me. So I'm going to be sharing the numbers with you and letting you know why these are a no-go. And if it's your first time on this channel, my name is Karina, and if it's not, then welcome back, okay? So hopefully you are on the hunt. It's a good time to be on the hunt. Amazon is better than ever. So let's take a look at this market right here. And I'm just gonna give you a little breakdown of the red flags I see. So the first thing I do is I look at revenue. And here I see that it's quite high. Now, a lot of people will get excited about this because they see something in the high 5 figures or even in the 6 figures, and they think that could be me, right? But what that tells me is that the product is a little bit competitive. When I see high revenue, I instantly look at the search volume. And here I see that it has a search volume of 40,000. And for my criteria, that is still a little bit too high. Now, the reason I don't like these types of markets is because they're not low risk, and it becomes harder to rank on them without spending a lot of money. If you're trying to rank with this product with PPC, which is the way I like to do things, it's going to be really difficult to get yourself visible when there are so many other sellers and a lot of people searching the product. That is essentially an open door for a lot of sellers who want to make a quick buck, or not so quick, but they like to get into these competitive markets. Next, of course, we're gonna look at the reviews. Who doesn't look at the reviews, right? Everyone is always talking about reviews and how the lower the better. And in this case, that is not it. Most of the people are in the hundreds, a lot of them are in the thousands. And I see one person that has 85 reviews and he's doing $87,000, which is quite good. But look down here, even this seller with 3,000 reviews, you can see right here with review velocity has minus 1,454. So what that tells me is that he is getting reviews, manipulating the reviews, and Amazon caught them, so they removed about 1,400 plus of his reviews. So automatically that tells me that this market might be a little cutthroat, and it's not really something that I want to get into. And also, when you look actually deeper into this, there's a lot of regulations to get into this market. It's kind of a fad product, and you have to pass some certificates to get into this niche. But this one is just much too competitive, and I also, there's kind of a lot of people who are doing sponsored ads for this, which also means it's competitive because people are trying to get that #1 position for the first page, even if it's with ads. So that's going to be a no for me, even if it has 2.5 stars here on Helium 10. But I don't really look at these numbers so much, the stars, as I do on the overall market when I look at it. Let's go to the next product. Next, we have something a little bit more pleasant, and you can see that the search volume is much lower. It's under 5,000. And if you look at the revenue, it looks pretty good. If we take away the sponsored ads, some sellers are doing well, some are a little unstable. But if we quickly glance at the reviews, they're very low. All of them are in the double digits. So this will kind of signal for you to say, okay, people with low reviews are doing well, which means I can enter this market and also do well. However, this is actually not the main keyword for the product. So it has a lower search volume, and there are less competitive sellers who are ranking for this. And you can actually see that some of them are doing well at 13,000, 5,000. Some of them are not doing well because they're selling under $1,000. So what is it that is making this seller do $28,000 and this seller only do $679 a month, even if they are both on the first page? If the revenue and the demand is evened out, then most sellers should be doing kind of in the same area. And maybe not necessarily the exact same numbers, but ballpark range, right? Someone shouldn't be doing 5 figures and someone else only barely making $1,000. So this actually indicates to me that the sellers who are doing well are also ranking higher for more higher keywords. So I actually know this market. It's very competitive. There's a lot of variations and a lot of sellers, and the main keyword has many, many more searches. It has searches in the 5 figures at least. So these sellers who are doing well in their revenue are actually also ranking well for the higher search volume words, and they're just coincidentally also ranking for the smaller ones. But the sellers who are not selling well are not ranking for the higher words. So that is a little intricacy that you want to look out for, because sometimes you can look at a market and say, you know, if I do everything this seller is doing, I can also sell $13,000 worth of product, but you're missing the point that this seller is also ranking on page 1 for more competitive words that probably he got with a lot of PPC, a lot of reviews, a lot of even giveaways per se. So that's something to look into. Let's look at the next one. So what is going on here? The search volume is good. I like this. 14,000 is not dramatically high, so this is something actually I would take interest in. And the revenue is quite good. Most people are selling well. In my opinion, again, I don't like to go under these high markets, so I avoid high numbers like this. But if we compare that to the reviews, they're just too high, right? You don't want to compete with reviews that are just incredibly high, because you are in an uphill battle. These people have thousands of reviews. Essentially, more than half of the first page has reviews that are over 1,000. And honestly, if I were to look at this market, I would immediately close it and go on to the next one, just because I know that there's no chance competing with this, and nor do I want to. There would probably be a lot of review manipulation in this market, maybe people trying to attack your listing and place negative reviews on your products. I've had that happen before, and it's not really something fun or something you want to do. So let's look at the last product over here and what's wrong with this. So I actually like the search volume. I like it when it's low. I like it when it's in the low 5 figures, because that tells me it's a less competitive market. And if you look at the revenue, it really does reflect. So this is the main keyword for this product, and the revenue is stable, meaning the demand is very well spread out. Everyone on the first page is doing relatively well. And the reviews actually still are too high for me to get into. I like to see people in the double digits of reviews that are still having a good revenue. And if you compare people here, anyone with lower reviews has dramatically less sales. So that automatically tells you that even if you were to rank on this page with lower reviews, you would not do as well. And another main thing I don't recommend about this product is that there is essentially no differentiation that you can do with it. So everyone selling this product is basically selling the exact same thing. You can't really bundle it, you can't really innovate it, you can't change your listing to make this product stand out, because it will look like literally everybody else's. So that's why I would avoid this. I like to look for markets where there is a little room for creativity, whether it's in bundling a product, improving it, or even making a listing more appealing, whichever way you have to. I talk about all of this in my program. But here is just a product that is, you see it and you get it. So it's the same thing, and I don't really like, can you do well with commodities? You can, but only if the demand is kind of moderate, not too high, obviously high enough to get sales. But if it's, too high, then it's going to be very difficult for you to stand out. So that's going to be it for this video and for this analysis. I hope that this was helpful. I have a discount to Helium 10 link down below and all of my programs. I will see you in the next video.